Steel was marketed as Britain's diamond product, the great bastion of Brexit sovereignty. So why now are there 3,000 jobs at risk? And why is a town in Wales on the brink of collapse? On Tuesday, Port Talbot workers brought their case to Parliament in hopes of lobbying politicians to take their plight seriously.
I'm Jason Wyatt. I'm an electrical engineer in Port Talbot Steelworks in the hot mill.
What are you doing today?
Trying to put some pressure on the government, on the politicians inside, to get behind, step up and support the steel industry. It's devastating. It's the first time I've been in a position like this in my career. I started in the steel industry in 1999, in my 25th year now. It's devastating. It is. It's really difficult for a guy like me. I've provided for my family my whole career. I got a wife. I got 2 kids. I'm the main breadwinner. I pay for everything. It's a hard position to find yourself in.
So you're going to go into Parliament today and you're going to sit through the debate, and they are going to tell you that they're going to retrain the area, that they're going to repurpose the area. I mean, what are you going to think?
It's not good enough. It's not the answer. This is all stuff that has happened in my area where I was born and bred. It has never recovered. The area is still today in destitution. Massive reliance on benefits, massive reliance on food banks. It is at the top of every league table. Nobody wants to be near as an economic area. There's no opportunity there for people like me. The jobs for qualified people like me don't exist in those localities. You've got to travel for them or move away.
Workers had been hoping for renewed promises from Labour to push government into renewed negotiations with Tata Steel. However, their hopes were scuppered when one union boss ran into Shadow Chancellor Rachel Reeves, who had no idea their key debate was about to be discussed in Parliament that day.
There are parts of this which are very difficult. Decarbonising industry is an urgent priority, but in some cases the technology is uncertain or it is expensive. But it is my contention that getting this right is more important than doing it quickly or necessarily at the cheapest cost. To state the obvious, we could decarbonise anything by shutting it down. And the cheapest path will likely always involve outsourcing most of our industrial production to other places. But if we do that, and this is what the government's plan for Port Talbot is, we will spend millions of pounds, we will see huge job losses, and actually we will see global emissions rise as we effectively offshore our emissions, and then we claim that is progress. And this would be a fundamental political mistake with potentially enormous ramifications for the future of the transition to net zero. And we should know this from our own past. Like my honourable friend just mentioned, when I was a child growing up in the northeast in the 1980s, there was a major transition, and we saw the end of coal mining and shipbuilding and the end of the old nationalised industries as we knew them then. And many colleagues across the UK have similar personal experiences.
The UK steel industry stands at a critical juncture. Once the backbone of British manufacturing, today it faces an uncertain future. Mills like Port Talbot and Scunthorpe are closing, thousands of jobs are at risk, and the country is grappling with the challenges of decarbonisation. But while the government and companies focus on the immediate pain, they are missing the bigger picture, a sustainable, long-term solution. The current approach to transitioning the steel industry isn't addressing the root problem. UK steel production, burdened by ageing infrastructure and foreign ownership, is falling behind. The government's contributions to decarbonise are significant, but not enough to truly revive the industry. Existing steel plants in the UK require massive investments, billions of pounds, just to maintain operations, let alone shift to green technologies. The high cost of electricity, stringent environmental regulations, and reliance on foreign companies mean that the UK risks becoming dependent on steel imports from nations like India and China. Ironically, these very countries face fewer restrictions and are not making the same sacrifices to decarbonise. But there is a solution. NeoSteel. Our vision isn't about simply keeping steel mills open. It's about transforming the industry from the ground up, using cutting-edge technology to create a new kind of steel, green steel, that's competitive, sustainable, and proudly British. At NeoSteel, we're breaking the mould. We don't just aim to match the competition, we aim to surpass it. Our innovative technologies make green steel production more energy efficient and cost-effective than traditional methods, even with the higher cost of British labour. We'll create steel that's cheaper than what's currently being produced globally, while complying with the strictest environmental standards. This isn't just about saving jobs, it's about creating new ones. NeoSteel will inject life back into the UK's manufacturing sector, providing opportunities for thousands of workers while driving industrial growth. By focusing on homegrown innovation, we'll reduce the UK's reliance on imported steel and restore our position as a global leader in steel production. We're not relying on outdated technologies like wind turbines or solar farms that can't meet the proven and sustainable demands of a UK 24-hour steel production plant. Instead, NeoSteel will harness a unique combination of renewable energy and revolutionary energy storage systems to power our electric arc furnaces, ensuring a constant, reliable energy supply when wind, solar and traditional electricity storage systems cannot. By investing in NeoSteel, the UK has a unique opportunity to reclaim leadership in its steel and manufacturing industries, increase exports, and stay ahead in the global race for green steel. This project is a game-changer for Britain, revitalising our industrial strength through strategic innovation, forward-thinking, and cutting-edge technology. But we can't do it alone. NeoSteel has the vision, the technology, and the plan. Now, we need the UK government to cut the red tape and support our initiative to execute this strategy quickly. This project, which will take just 48 months to complete, doesn't require endless government funding such as the ones proposed from the existing foreign-owned steel mills, it just needs the will to make it happen. NeoSteel's plan will not only revive the steel industry but also create new opportunities for British workers, secure the economy, and set the global standard for green steel production. The UK has the chance to lead, let's seize it. NeoSteel, the future of proudly British green steel starts now. Together, we can bring back Britain's industrial glory, not by looking backward but by forging a new positive path forward.